Hello everyone, I'm Raven Comics, and today we bring you part 2 of the story The Sacrifice, where the Justice League will face Superman after he has seriously injured Batman. I hear everything. Wally is near hypersound with the tapping of his fingers. His impatience is a symptom of his confusion. The sound of leather as Carter tightens his grip on his mace, wondering if he'll have to use it. Jon Stewart remains imperceptible in his stance, ready to act if necessary. Dinah's boots click against the metal floor as she once again stares out of the main port, searching for an answer hidden among the stars. John Jones' hands examine recent history on the Watchtower's computers. He has been holding his breath for 6 minutes. Everyone is waiting. I hear everything. I know the reasons. And none of this matters because I'm not listening. The one I'm listening to is him. The sound of his ribs crushing against his chest in chaos, breaking apart. The hiss of supplemental oxygen at 12 liters per minute coursing through his blood. The drip of the 4 in his veins. The sound of my friend refusing to give up. The sound of Batman fighting for his life. They've told me what I did. They've told me I tried to kill him. I can't believe it. But the heat vision burns on his chest, the fingerprints on his skin, my fingerprints on his flesh. I know everything they've told me is true. On the other hand, Diana has been there for half an hour. She hasn't made a sound. She has already used the healing ray on him twice. Short exposures to avoid aggravating the problem. She doesn't look at me while she heals him. She doesn't speak. All of this only makes it worse. We begin with Superman, who tells Diana that she knows him, that she knows he would never voluntarily do something like this to Batman. Diana also knows that in the last 3 days, Superboy has sent Robin, Cyborg, and Cassandra to the hospital, something he did while under Lex Luthor's control. Superman is the strongest of them all in many ways. How could they not be worried about what he might do if he loses control? Images keep appearing in Superman's mind. Lois dying. He thought he saw Brainiac. But no, it was Doomsday. It was Darkseid. It was ruin. Everything seems so real. Diana tells him that they need to separate reality from fiction. John Johns must have already finished analyzing the security logs. They should be in the conference room. He will join them when he finishes tending to Bruce. The Martian Manhunter knows the fight has caused significant damage to the Watchtower's information systems. What he's about to see here is the only footage they were able to recover from the security logs. They begin playing the recording from today. The recordings indicate that Batman was alone in the Watchtower, continuing his search for his satellite, Brother Eye. The gamma teleportation tube was activated at 1432. The systems confirm Superman's arrival. Unfortunately, the audio was damaged in the fight. Superman appears disoriented, and Batman senses something is wrong. Superman attacks, apparently unprovoked, striking Batman and throwing him into the security system. That might have saved Batman's life. He was able to activate the Watchtower's intruder defense systems. The system logs indicate that the defenses were activated at 1432 and immediately assessed the threat level as gamma. Turrets were deployed, firing at Superman, hitting him with apocalyptic sonic technology while the wide-spectrum Thanagarian laser flared, disorienting him inside the atmospheric control center. At that point, Defense Droid 4 prepared to attack, but with no effect. That's when the boom tube activated, registering Wonder Woman's arrival. Curiously, Superman didn't seem to notice, focusing entirely on Batman, until Wonder Woman counterattacked. The worst part is that the lasso's properties don't seem to have any effect on Superman's mind. However, he does recognize Diana as a threat and reacts accordingly. When Diana moves to seal the first breach, Superman breaks free, creating a second one. A brilliant tactical decision, forcing Wonder Woman to choose between saving Batman or continuing to fight Superman. This level of strategy is not normal for a mind that is controlled or reprogrammed. So what does this all mean? No one here knows what to say. Not even Superman. It was ruin. He thought he was fighting ruin. Obviously, this is some form of mind control. John Johns agrees. The recording seems to rule out the idea of direct mind control. Still, he suspects what they're seeing is the result of a psychotic episode implanted into Superman. But can it be removed? It's possible, but it would require deep penetration into Superman's mind. This goes beyond simple telepathy and could be far too invasive. Superman agrees. They have to do everything possible to save him. Flash doesn't exactly agree. Are they sure they want to open Pandora's box again? He means, maybe this only happened once. Hawkman says yes, But they're talking about Superman. If someone can control his power, why would they do it only once? John Johns and Wonder Woman will handle the mission. It begins. Silence fills the room. Superman can feel Diana's pulse against his skin. She's worried. If this doesn't work, if it can happen again, his mind will shatter. All the memories come flooding back to that moment, when Lois was being hurt. Superman saw Batman break his wife's neck. In response, he attacked him with heat vision. Then, he landed an incredible number of blows, over and over, saying he was going to kill him. That's when he found himself with his hands covered in blood. It is revealed that the one controlling him was Maxwell Lord. He was telling Superman that he knew what had to be done. The mind has fingerprints. When they cross, they leave traces. John Johns had touched Maxwell Lord's mind before. There was no doubt Max Lord did this to Superman. Wonder Woman mentions that Max knew about the Scarab and starts questioning if Ted's death, Brother Eye, and everything that happened with Superman were all connected. But what can they do? There's a problem. John Johns says he can't break Max's telepathic influence. Max's telepathy is complicated. Fundamentally, he has corrupted Superman's mind. Kal-El killed once. That act traumatized him so deeply that he created psychological barriers preventing him from ever killing again. Max has altered those barriers, forcing him to kill. Even under a false illusion, the psychological damage from that act would be devastating. John fears that any attempt to restore Superman's mind could drive him insane, or worse. He doesn't know the full extent of Max's abilities, but he suspects this manipulation has taken years. Jon Stewart suggests calling Zatanna. She could fix it easily. The League doesn't agree. So, if John Johns can't fix it, if technology can't solve it, and if magic isn't an option, what will they do now? It seems they have a plan. And Superman agrees. He can't argue with them. Not now. Not when they believe there's a chance he could be controlled again. It's the same solution they tried with Doomsday, placing him in a teleporter and initiating a loop so fast he wouldn't have a chance to escape. Hopefully, it would be temporary. As his atoms travel across creation, they will search for Max and hope they find him. Hope they can undo what's been done. It's not much of a plan. The thing is, they can't wait. Because there's still one unanswered question. If Max did this to Superman, what's stopping him from doing it to everyone in this room? Bruce is out of the game. He himself is a prisoner. They are doing exactly what Max wants them to do. What happens if he goes after Diana next? They have to stop him. What is Max doing now that he realizes this? It's not him who's being controlled. It's them. He has to stop them. He has to stop Max. But first, he'll go after Martian Manhunter. He's going to condemn him to the endless loop they wanted for him. The surprise gives him an advantage. And of course, he goes after Wally. Running was exactly what he expected him to do. Green Lantern is fast at constructing, but Superman hesitates just enough to let him finish his move. He hears Dinah inhale, preparing to scream. Carter is coming from above with brute force. Wally moves underneath, flanking him. Right now, they're exactly where Superman wants them to be. Wally is fast enough to see what's coming, but not fast enough to avoid it. Superman hits the construct with everything he has, his fist strength against John's willpower. The winner is Superman. He repeats the moves, just as they say. If it works, why change it? Dinah's scream fades into nothing. Green Lantern's construct starts to collapse. Wally manages damage control. He already has masks for himself and Dinah. Then he'll seal the crack, then go after Carter and John. It'll take at least 3 seconds to do it all. And then he'll focus on Superman. No, this isn't real. He has more than enough time. He scans the Earth for Max. The battle is over. Wally asks Dinah if she can stop him. Black Canary will try, tracking Superman. They realize he went somewhere in Switzerland. He waited for Wonder Woman to leave before taking them down one by one. Manhunter is trapped in a teleportation loop. They're trying to get him out. Hawkman and Jon Stewart are out in space. Superman is completely out of control. He was wandering, speaking nonsense. It's time for Wonder Woman to get to work. Dinah has to prepare the tube to take her to Switzerland. Flash tells her she can't do this alone. Wonder Woman says Bruce left her a bit of kryptonite when he was in the cave. She'll use it if she has to. Shortly after, we're in Switzerland. Diana stands before Maxwell Lord. He tells her he already knows. He still feels that tingle whenever he sees her in person. Diana asks about Superman. He's right behind her. And what does Wonder Woman say? Is she ready to kneel before her lord? Meanwhile, let's remember something Batman did in the past. Batman created a supercomputer to spy on his friends and enemies alike. He called it Brother MK1, or better known as Brother Eye. Someone stole it. Ted, also known as the Blue Beetle, stumbled upon evidence of the theft and uncovered a much larger conspiracy. Ted was killed before he could share what he had discovered. 4 hours ago, Superman tried to kill Batman. Diana arrived just in time to stop him. All of these events are the work of this man. He can force minds to do whatever he wants. Max continues to manipulate Superman. He apologizes to Princess Diana, but she looks really good on her knees. He also has to tell her that he wants her to stay that way. Diana knows he's trying to control her too. Max tells her to let him go. She will stay down. Diana sees with the eyes of a goddess and reasons with the wisdom of a goddess. No matter how hard he tries, Max's power won't work on her. Max didn't think it would, but he can't blame himself for trying. Diana tells Superman to listen to her. He has to fight this mind control. Max says no, he can't. The Man of Steel believes what Max wants him to believe. He sees what Max wants him to see. But what is he seeing right now? Well, he sees Doomsday murdering his wife. Diana tells Max to release him right now. Max asks why he should, when he has absolute control over Superman. That's something even Lex Luthor has never been able to achieve, and he's been trying for a long time. Before she thinks that knocking him out is the answer, he has to tell her it's not. It would only work for a moment, because eventually, he will wake up. When Max wakes up, he'll make Superman dance for him again. It took him years to do this, to implant the right visions of horror and paranoia in Superman's mind. As long as Maxwell Lord lives, Superman's mind will be his to control. Diana asks if he was the one who stole Brother Eye and killed the Blue Beetle. Max realizes Wonder Woman's deductions are incredible. She's really good. No matter what she does, there's nothing she can do to convince him to let him go. Diana says she can be very persuasive if they could just talk. Max says no. Of course, he won't allow that. He won't give her a single chance. Diana barely manages to move her bracelets in time. He's already moving at high speed. He's not listening to her. Superman attacks with his heat vision. Diana barely manages to shield herself. Superman screams her name. He believes Doomsday was the one who killed Lois. Now he grabs Diana by the neck and takes her into the sky. Superman believes Wonder Woman is Doomsday, which means nothing will stop him. The world fades away. He's taking her toward the sun, and he's going to throw her into it. He keeps screaming at her. Her eyes. Hermes has to give her speed. She feels her bones starting to burn. The only thing she can do is use the kryptonite Bruce gave her. On Earth, Max orders Brother Eye to initiate Alpha Track 1 and Alpha Track 2 with full vision. As she's about to reach the sun, Diana knows she has to free her hands to break his grip. Superman is fast, and she has to be even faster. Right now, she will use the kryptonite Batman gave her. Let's say she managed to escape the Man of Steel. Superman responds with a punch. Diana loses consciousness for an instant. In her darkness, she sees Max Lord and his smug, fake smile. Reentry brings her back. Too late to do anything about it. She's going to crash, and she prays to all her gods. She begs that she has fallen somewhere deserted. Brother Eye updates Max Lord on the situation. He's monitoring emergency responses, both local and federal. There's multiple activity reports. Max knows that won't do a damn thing. This is what happens when gods fight. Mortals suffer. Could Brother Eye imagine the devastation if she had crashed in San Francisco? The catastrophic loss of life? These are the people who control the fate of humanity. And that's why they must be eliminated. He has to see it. The punishment Superman has inflicted on Wonder Woman. What happens if this happens again, but this time against them? What he did to Superman took time and effort, but the mere fact that he could do it at all proves his point. Because if he could do it, someone else could too. That's the heart of all this. Superman, Wonder Woman, and the rest of them could kill them all. To prevent that, they have to kill them first. Diana is completely wounded. She feels the earth tremble. Superman won't stop. He won't stop until she's dead. Diana begs Superman to stop. The Man of Steel says never again. He knows that what happened to Lois could happen to someone else. Diana tries to recover, but Superman uses his freezing breath. Maybe she's smarter than he thought, but she's still an animal. A very rabid animal that needs to be subdued. Diana manages to defend herself from a rock that Superman was about to throw at her. Superman is incredibly strong. He has many abilities: his speed, his strength, his vision. But every strength can be turned into a weakness. When he stops speaking, that's when he's using his hearing. He is focusing all his effort on listening. This is when Diana has to strike. The gods must forgive her. Using her bracelets, Wonder Woman delivers a powerful blow to Superman's ears. The impact is so strong that it echoes in her own ears as well. Superman's ears begin to bleed, and we see him fall to the ground. This is her chance to hurt the Man of Steel. But she must hold back. He is not her enemy here. She needs to buy time. Just enough time to use the lasso of truth on him. Use it to clear his mind. She only needs a few seconds for it to take effect. Despite the blows he has taken, the Man of Steel recovers and avoids being trapped by the lasso of truth. Max frees him from his illusion. What is he making him see now? It's as if he knows exactly what she is trying to do. As if he knows what the lasso can do. Diana strikes Superman in the neck. In response, the Man of Steel grabs her wrist and breaks it. Her bones crunch. This time, she is the one who screams. This isn't about Superman, it's about Max. She has to get to Max, which means she has to slow Superman down. She just needs to stall him. Diana calls for help, then takes a moment to help herself. Her broken bones scream in protest, but she ignores them. The birds won't do much more than bother him. But a nuisance is still a distraction, and she needs every distraction she can create. As Wonder Woman makes her escape, the birds swarm Superman, distracting him. Left with no other option, Clark creates a whirlwind to sweep them all away effortlessly. Meanwhile, Maxwell Lord watches and says, "Not bad. 1 minute and 54 seconds until the beginning of the end." Diana is lucky. She doesn't look like the dead bodies from her fall. Wonder Woman grabs Max and traps him with her lasso. She must end this here. Max tells her no. In any second, Superman will come, and it will all start over again. He will keep coming until one of them kills the other. Diana refuses to let either of them die. Now, she uses her tiara and hurls it at Superman's neck, causing a deep wound. It all ends here. It ends now. He has to let him go. With no other choice, Max frees Superman. Diana asks Superman if he is okay. Clark says, "He made me see Doomsday tear Lois apart." Diana tells him, "It wasn't real." Max replies, "It was real for him, and it will be again, because you can't keep that lasso on him forever. Next time, he might kill Batman, Lois, or you. You might think I'm lying, but I'm not. I can't. Superman belongs to me. I will never let him go." Diana tells him, "Yes, you will." She asks how to free Superman from his control. There's only one way. She has to kill him. There is no way Wonder Woman will allow Maxwell Lord to keep controlling Superman. Today, Batman suffered first. Then, Wonder Woman. With no other option but to kill him, so be it. Diana grabs him by the neck and snaps it, leaving Maxwell Lord lifeless on the ground. Superman just watches. Thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe for more content like this. I'm TJ Prime, and see you in the next video.